My husband and I first started dating in November 2015. We moved in together October 2019, got engaged August 2020, married August 2022, and then we decided we wanted to start trying to grow our family in October 2022. This is where our infertility journey begins. Welcome to episode 2. If you haven't checked out episode 1 already, I'll link it up above for you, but just to give you a little recap before moving forward, my husband and I had been trying to conceive for 10 months. I was experiencing constant cramping for almost 6 weeks straight, but I wasn't pregnant. So eventually, with my doctor, we found a fibroid, a cyst, and a polyp in my uterus during an ultrasound, which was causing the constant cramping and possibly a reason as to why I hadn't got pregnant thus far. So my family doctor referred us to a fertility clinic in order to address this in more detail and just be proactive about our fertility journey, which leads us to this point where we're in episode 2. We have our first appointment with our fertility clinic. It's just a consultation. And yeah, let's get into it. Hello you guys. So I kind of want to give a little bit of an update. So today is Tuesday, September 19th, 2023. I have to say that because I just don't know when I'm going to get pregnant because we started trying in 2022. And at this rate, I feel like it's not going to happen until 2024. So I know I don't need to explain myself, but I've probably already said this too. I don't know. Anyways, Alan and I, so me and my husband, just had our first fertility specialist appointment. It was at noon today, so it was in the middle of the workday. So I met Alan at the job site that he's working on, and he took his lunch break right at noon. We hopped on the call. So I kind of just want to go over like what happened and that kind of stuff. It was a virtual call because it was our first one, so it was more so like a consultation, just talking about everything and the next steps. First things first, I don't know if in any other videos I mentioned this, but on September 1st, 2023, Alan got a semen analysis done, so he went to go get that tested with Life Labs, and we found out today with the specialist that Life Labs pretty much fucked it up, pardon my language, but they're so adamant, like they kept telling him and reminding him like you need to bring in the specimen within 30 minutes of ejaculation and all of this stuff. I know maybe it sounds like too much information, but basically they told us like this time frame was so important. He took it at 12:20, he brought it in at 12:30, and they took it at 12:30, and literally on the results it says they didn't analyze it till 17:17, which is 5:17 p.m. That means it was literally 5 hours later. So basically his results came back inconclusive, like they didn't have enough specimen to analyze, which duh, like you're supposed to do it within like 30 minutes or an hour. So I don't know why Life Labs waited 5 hours. Like it's just so frustrating. So because of that, now my fertility clinic wants to run one through them, but it's $250. And at this point, I'm just like, I'm not gonna do it through Life Labs again. Like for what? Like we're trying to be proactive, and obviously they just don't care about people trying to, you know, figure out their fertility issues. I don't know what the case is, but the specialist did say that it is covered with our benefits, so we're just gonna pay for it and then hopefully get the money back. I'm not sure when that appointment's gonna be or any of these ones that I'm gonna be telling you about in a second, just because she needs to send me all of like the requisitions and that kind of stuff. She said she's gonna send it later today or tomorrow, and then I need to book the appointment. One thing worth mentioning here is that when we started trying in October 2022, I did start taking prenatals right away from Bird and Bees with CoQ10 in it. I didn't know this, but if you want to start actively trying to conceive, my doctor said you should start taking prenatals and even start lifestyle changes 3 to 6 months prior to even actively trying, just to prepare your body. But always talk to your doctor. However, this is just a general consensus I've also read from people online as well. My husband did start taking the Bird and Bee prenatals for males, also with CoQ10 in January 2023. I wish he had started taking them at the same time as me, but honestly, we truly thought we would get pregnant right away. She's really happy with the prenatals that we're taking, which is the Bird and Bee. We have the CoQ10. that's all good. In terms of myself, we're going to be doing a few tests. I don't necessarily remember all of the names, but one of them, she wants to do an ultrasound to just check out my cyst and that kind of stuff. She made me feel actually really hopeful because she said I have a corpus luteum cyst. I think that's what it was called. It seems like it's a bad thing when you have this type of cyst, or like a cyst in general, but this cyst is actually, in retrospect, a good thing because these cysts only happen when you ovulate. So she said this is kind of a good thing because we know that I'm ovulating. She wants to do, I think she said like a 3D sonogram. Honestly, don't quote me on these. I can't remember exactly what they were called, but basically she wants to, you know, just do some 3D ultrasounds to check out the fibroid and the polyp that I have, because one obviously could be blocking, you know, the sperm and the egg from attaching together in my uterus. Or the other thing too, she said, is people who especially have fibroids have a higher risk of miscarriage. So obviously I want to avoid that. So she just wants to do a little bit further investigation, and she did say that I might need to get surgery. My family doctor did tell me this also, so I kind of already knew that in the back of my head. She also wants to go through like a full blood work, like get my hormones done and everything. And then the other test is an egg reserve, and that's basically, she just wants to see how many eggs I have. I think it's about quality, not quantity, as far as I'm understanding, but I could be wrong. So again, she's going to be sending me more details. That was kind of just like a gist of it, and I will keep you guys updated. But September 19th, I'm feeling hopeful. So I wanted to give a quick little update. Today is Tuesday, October 3rd. I almost forgot, but I just took off my little bandage. You can see here I have a bruise already. But today, Alan and I got our first round of blood work done for the fertility clinic. We literally did it like 3 or 4 hours ago, and look at that bruise already. Oh my god, it's so red. I don't know how it worked out this way, but we're getting the blood work done for our hormones, so there's a lot on the list for the both of us. But Alan only got 2 vials taken of blood, but he said they were like really big vials, and I got 8. So when he told me that, I was like, what the heck? Like, I was sitting there forever, and she like took so much blood out. The other thing, while we were at Life Labs, we also both did urine tests. So I don't remember how much I've told you guys already, but basically we're doing all of this blood work and the urine work and this kind of stuff for just our hormones, but also we're checking things like syphilis, chlamydia, HIV, all of these types of things, just so those can be ruled out. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I just wanted to let you guys know that that happened. We were actually trying to go yesterday, but they were closed and we didn't know. My arm's starting to hurt. I still haven't heard back about my ultrasound. Back with another update. So today is Monday, October 23rd, 2023, 10/23/23. Earlier today, I had my last like testing to do for the fertility clinic. So basically I did my AMH testing, which is more blood work. So this arm is literally still bruised from like a week and a half ago when I had to go on like cycle day 2 or whatever it was. So they used this arm, and I had to pay $80 for it, which is pretty annoying, and I believe she said it's not covered with OHIP, so it's not like I can get the money back with my benefits, but whatever, it was just $80, it's fine. But basically, like, it's blood work to see your ovarian reserve. So I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but it's to see how many eggs I have. So after I did the blood work, I did a pelvic ultrasound, then I did a transvaginal ultrasound. And when she was doing the transvaginal ultrasound, she was like, I saw in your folder that you had a polyp and a fibroid. Is that right? And I was like, yeah, like they found that in July. And then she was like, okay. And then I was like, are you, like, what's wrong? Like, are you able to tell me anything? And then she was just like, I want to wait till the doctor comes in and we do your histologram. I don't even know how you say this word. Let's just call it the sono, okay? Basically, that is like another, kind of like another transvaginal ultrasound, but this time they put a catheter in, up, And then they release like water and saline, and it helps to see, you know, polyps and fibroids more. That was pretty painful. It honestly felt like day 1 period cramps, which was so strange. It was like the weirdest feeling. Anyways, that probably took like 10-15 minutes, probably 10 minutes. Like, it wasn't that long at all. I also did take an Advil 30 minutes before, as well as I had to drink all of that water. I don't think I mentioned that, but on my paperwork that they sent me for the requisition for the sonogram or the sono test, they recommend taking, you know, like Advil or Tylenol or something before, if you can, if you're not allergic to it. Long story short, at this point it was me, the doctor, and the ultrasound tech, and the doctor was like, so pretty much like everything looks perfect. And I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And she said, the cyst that was on my left ovary is no longer there, so that means it probably just like went away on its own. Maybe it ruptured or something. I don't know how it works, but it went away. She said she can't find a polyp literally anywhere, so she said that could have went away on its own. But she said the fibroid, again, it's not there. Like, she said, I looked so intensely and I don't see anything. And I was like, that makes no sense. And she said fibroids don't generally go away on their own. Like, if you have to get rid of it, then they have to get rid of it somehow, I guess, via surgery. She basically summed it up and said, like, she thinks it was an ultrasound technician error. Like, she pretty much thinks I never even had a fibroid. And I've been thinking since July or the beginning of August when I got the results that I had this fibroid, which is like crazy because I've been thinking this for like over 2.5 months. So I don't know, like it's so weird. But she said literally everything looks good. And with the sono test, they can see your tubes and stuff. And she was like, yeah, everything looks open, everything looks great. So I'm like, just so confused, but actually like, I feel good for once. Like, I know we've been trying for over a year now, but I'm like, okay, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with my husband, but that narrows it down, right? Like, it's not me. So we've done like the semen analysis for him. We have to wait till December 6th for the follow-up, I guess, to find the results of that, I'm assuming. So either like, 'cause maybe there's something wrong with him at this point, or maybe there's nothing wrong at all and it's just taking us longer. I probably won't update you guys till our next appointment, which I said follow-up December 6th. Sucks, it's 6 weeks away, but I'm excited.